Okay, so this is going to be a really short, to the point video because I only have a few things to talk about. This isn't a full in depth review. That's not what this is. All I'm talking about is Among Us and solo queuing Among Us and what it was like. Because to do a full game review on Among Us, I would probably have to play with a group, and your review would probably change based on your group. So it's kind of hard to give that game a score. So I'll just talk a little bit about what it was like playing by myself because, quite honestly, I like playing most games by myself. You kind of get better content, more fun experiences with randoms like that. So I'll just talk about that, and this will be a really short video. But the main thing with Among Us, it's a game where there's imposters and there's innocent people, and they're in a battle to find out who is the imposters before they're all killed. The innocents have tasks to do. The imposters' only task is to kill. So it's a really straightforward game. It's really easy to pick up. You can go in your first game and get a win as a crewmate, get a win as an imposter. That's a little bit harder, but all in all, it's really easy to pick up. And I think that is very good for a game like this, because if you push people away by making it difficult to get into, then not a lot of people are going to play it. Now, the funny thing with this game is I don't think that it would have done as well as it did if it weren't for streaming, because there's no way I would have heard about this game if it weren't for watching streamers play, watching Mr. Toast's YouTube videos, XQC, Mr. Ape himself, Ray, Wildcat, Courage, all those people, even Ninja, man. Like, so many people have been playing it, and that promotes the game. People see the streamers having a good time, so they download it so that they could have a good time, right? But the problem is, quite honestly, you're probably not going to have a good time playing this game by yourself, because it's very rare that you get a good lobby where people take it seriously enough to have a fun game. And a lot of the time when you do get into a lobby, you'll have 3, 4, 5 people in there in a Discord that don't communicate, and they just talk to each other and vote together. So you'll be playing and you'll get voted off with no communication, no chance of defending yourself, and you're just gone. So this game is pretty hard to play by yourself, and I think that watching streamers play it has given a false image of how fun the game is, because quite honestly, the game is okay on its own. It's pretty fun. I enjoy it for the most part, but it's not fun in the way that it's portrayed, because this game is only as fun as the people you're playing with. If you're playing with a bunch of sticks in the mud that only say, oh, where's the body? Oh, it's here. Everything's serious. There's no fun. There's no trolling, nothing. It can get pretty boring, but then you get on the other side of things where you get in a lobby where it's only trolling, and it feels like you're speed running the game because they're throwing while you're playing serious. So it's very hard to find a lobby that fits your playstyle. That's not saying it's impossible. You can meet a lot of people, you could get invited to their Discords, those sorts of things. So there are good opportunities to play this game and have a good time, but just solo queuing it by yourself, it's pretty hard to have a really enjoyable experience, at least that is depicted by the people that I watched play it that brought me to the game. I wouldn't have downloaded this game or bought the game if I hadn't seen people playing it. Now, it's a cheap game, so the investment overall I feel like is worth it, because any potential that you might be able to play this game with friends, I think it's worth it. But I haven't played this game with friends yet. I've only solo queued it just to see what it was like, and my investment has not been returned yet. I mean, I've been imposter maybe 2-3 times, and that's when the game is most fun by yourself, because you rely on yourself, you do your own thing, and that's that. You try to be as sneaky as possible. So if you're solo queuing, imposter's the way to go. Honestly, if you don't get imposter, just leave. Just keep leaving until you get imposter, because that's the most fun that this game is when you're by yourself. Other than that, it gets pretty sleeper, honestly. It's pretty boring to play as crewmate over and over again, getting murdered doing tasks, getting accused of faking tasks because you don't know how to do them, whatever it might be. This game just isn't that fun on its own. So I mean, if I were to turn this into a whole game review, I would have to play it with others to give it a fair score. And like I was saying earlier, that would depend entirely on the group you're playing with. So overall, I think Among Us is a fun game, but I think solo queuing it is one of the worst things that you can do because you'll ruin the game for yourself. And I honestly don't even want to play it anymore. I've already gotten tired of it because I feel like I've experienced everything I can by solo queuing.